Hey witches, how you doing? We're back with another video, and today, being October the 29th, we are very close to October 31st, which is Samhain, and I want to talk a little bit today about the Mighty Dead, and specifically, the Mighty Dead as they relate to traditional witchcraft. So the Mighty Dead are those who have inspired, influenced, paved the way for craft practitioners today. When we're talking about witchcraft Mighty Dead, you can have Mighty Dead in any sort of category. Maybe you're a lawyer and Ruth Bader Ginsburg is one of your Mighty Dead, right? Somebody who inspired and paved the way for people in the profession today, especially women in the profession today. But we're going to talk about witchcraft Mighty Dead, specifically traditional witchcraft Mighty Dead. And yeah. So before we get into it, for those of you who are new around here, my name is Taya. Welcome to the channel. We talk about all things witchcraft, especially traditional witchcraft. And for those of you who are returning viewers, maybe coming in from another video, welcome back. I really appreciate the support. And all of you, please do consider subscribing. It's a great way to help us build the channel. All right, Mighty Dead. So here's what we're going to do. I have 21 Mighty Dead that I have come up with. Over the last few weeks. This started out as an exercise for my guild, thinking about throughout the year, who are people that we want to honor, who are our Mighty Dead in traditional witchcraft, right? And actually coming up with who they are and their birth and death dates, and so that we would be able to honor them probably on their death date as the year rolls by, right? Not just at Samhain, but to do it year round. Just to spark some discussion around who are these people and why are they important. And I've sort of fleshed that list out a little bit more, and I thought, let's share it here. So I'm going to give you a name, I'm going to give you the date of their death, and then we'll do a really quick on why they're important. I'll be honest, if you want more information, just Google it. I mean, that's where I found most of my information. And yeah, let's give it a go. Here are my traditional witchcraft Mighty Dead. So we'll start with our actual, those who created or highly influenced witchcraft traditions. Of course, we have to start with Robert Cochrane, also known as Roy Bowers, who died July 3rd, 1966. And he founded the Clan of Tubal-Cain, one of the first publicly acknowledged traditional witchcraft covens. And of course, with Robert Cochrane, we also have to acknowledge Evan John Jones, who passed away in 2003. And he was the magister of the Clan of Tubal-Cain after Robert Cochrane's death. This is an interesting one. Gerald Gardner, deceased February 12th, 1964, who was the founder of Wicca. And the reason he's on my traditional witchcraft list is because we wouldn't be where we are today if it were not for Gerald Gardner and his sort of public feuding with Robert Cochrane and his desire to really take Wicca public and try to make it a little bit more accepted and mainstream. Gerald Gardner, he started that, and I think we owe him a debt of gratitude for that. Cecil Williamson, who was deceased December 9th, 1999. He founded the Museum of Folklore in the Isle of Man with Gerald Gardner, then left that to Gerald Gardner and went to Boscastle and founded the Museum of Witchcraft and Magic, which is still running today. Again, a great contribution on taking witchcraft public, and he was a traditional witch. He dealt in folkloric witchcraft. We have Cora and Victor Anderson. Cora passed in May 1st of 2008. Victor Anderson passed September 20th of 2001. They were the founders of the fairy tradition. We have Andrew Chumbley, who died September 15th, 2004. He was the founder of Sabbatic witchcraft. And we have Joe Wilson, who died August 4th, 2004. And he was the founder of 1734 and was highly influenced by Robert Cochrane. We also have some occult ancestors. They weren't necessarily witches or witchcraft practitioners, but again, have been highly influential, especially in traditional witchcraft circles. We have Aleister Crowley, deceased December 1st, 1947. He was the founder of Thelema. He also had strong ties to Freemasonry, the OTO, and Golden Dawn. We have Israel Regardie, who died March 10th, 1985. Very well-known occult author, had a lot of contributions there. And Anton LaVey, who died October 29th, 1997. He founded the Church of Satan. Plus, we have lots of different teachers and authors. So we'll start with three who are classics. We have Charles Leland, who died March 20th, 1903. He wrote Aradia. Robert Graves died December 7th, 1985. He wrote The White Goddess. And Margaret Murray, who died November 13th, 1963, and she wrote The Witch Cult in Western Europe. All three were highly influential authors in the witchcraft movement. Speaking of influential authors, we cannot miss Doreen Valiente. Died September 1st, 1999. She has lots of publications. She was influential in Gerald Gardner's Wicca, as well as Robert Cochrane's Clan of Tubal-Cain. She was a member of both of those traditions and helped write some of the founding liturgy, especially in Wicca. Scott Cunningham. Who didn't get started with Scott Cunningham's Wicca, A Guide for the Solitary Practitioner? Passed away March 28th, 1993. Or who doesn't use his herbal books to this day? Peter Padden died October 23rd, 2014. Another very influential author in traditional witchcraft. Sybil Leek died October 26, 1982. An influential British witch and author. Arthur Edward Waite died May 16th, 1942, and Pamela Coleman Smith, who died September 18th, 1951. They were the co-creators of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. They were both members of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Right? Who doesn't use RWS? Tarot. And finally, and this is maybe one from my personal books, but for personal inspiration, we have Isabel Gowdy. We don't actually have a death date for Isabel Gowdy. It was never recorded, but she was convicted of witchcraft in 1662. She made confessions in April and May of 1662 and would have been executed in May or June, likely May or June of 1662. So those are some of my list of influential witchcraft ancestors, occult ancestors, teachers, authors, and inspirations. Some of my mighty dead. Who did I miss? Leave us a comment below. Let us know who else you would include in your list of the mighty dead that we are honoring at this time of year and hopefully all throughout the year. Thanks for your time today, you guys. We'll catch you in the next one.